heart of the song. Yeah, right now. Just Janine Barrel from Mandeville. How you do? Yeah, man. Good morning to you. So it's all happening right here, and of course, we have online Miss Cheryl Lee Ralph, who, of course, we know. As a matter of fact, if you don't know, let me tell you. Let me tell you if you don't know, right? Let me just give you some info. Now, she is a movie star extraordinaire, right? So some of her show is about elementary. She got the Primetime Emmy Award for outstanding supporting actress in a comedy series, Golden Globe nomination Best Supporting Actress in a television series, Independent Spirit Awards nominations Best Supporting Performance in a New Scripted Series, and the 2023 Critics' Choice Best Actress in a Comedy Series Award, and also a recording artist. And she was recently conferred as the Order of Jamaica. She was conferred with the Order of Jamaica, and we seem to having some issues. We're trying to connect with her, but we're having just a little bit of hiccup. So I probably will have to get her on the telephone because we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this because this is big things. And when we have this type of talent, Love 101 is always on top of things. You understand? Love 101 is always on top of things. So we have to talk to her, whether by live or on the phone, because this is something that we have to get into. Now, what you're hearing now is Little Drummer Boy. Yeah, Little Drummer Boy is being played right now. Uh, hmm. So, I'm not certain what is happening, but hey, listen, we're gonna be having the interview with her in just a moment. All right, so Nico will have some stuff to say right here. She's saying Moesha is one of her favorite comedies. Yeah, and our very own Shirley Ralph was in that one. Yeah, hi, how are you, Michelle from Woodford Street in Kingston? Michelle Johnson from Bull Bay. Good morning to you, Sister Riri from Spanish Town. Hey, what a go on, Sister Riri? How are you doing? Good to hear from you. Judine Burrell from Mandeville. Angela Brailsford. Thank you so much. Sister Murphy from Highgate. Yeah, man. Good morning. Compliments of the season to you as well. Right. So let's see how we can get Miss Ralph on the phone right now for you to hear her story as it relates to this album, Slay. Oops, I have no hits to bring. Can you let me? Can you let me play my drum? Can you let me? Can you let me play my drum? Drum,
Hello.
All right, so guess what? We have with me Miss Ralph on the line. Miss Ralph, how are you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. And of course, it's early morning here in California.
Oh,
I
it's
could be sleeping a little longer.
I am so sorry about that. It is
It's
early
all right.
morning. What time is it in
Yeah, it's
Cali?
not so bad. It's 7:30 here, which is for some of us is late in the morning because usually while we're shooting Abbott Elementary, I
Right.
have to be on set by this time. So I've been up since 4 o'clock usually. So my weekends I love to sleep, but it's all right.
I'm sorry about that, but I mean, this is big things. We have to talk about. this Christmas album that by the way, before I even go to that, where do you find time to sing and shoot movies when you're waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Oh my God, that is like really the best question, because I'm still trying to find out where I found the time to do that.
Oh my god.
Literally, I was supposed to be doing song, one song. I called my friend Norman and I said, Norman, the parades are coming up and I need to have my own holiday song to sing for the parade. He said, great. I'm going to call my friend B and we're going to get to work on it.
Right.
And so we did one song. Next thing I know, they're like, you know what? This is really good. We need to finish an album. And just little by little, we finished it. And that was that.
How long?
So, I mean, I don't know how, but we did it.
How long did it take you? I mean, with all that you have to do, with how busy you are, how long did it take you to actually get to this point where the album was finished?
It took a lot shorter than I thought it would, because, the industry, and I've been saying this for so long, the music industry, the film industry, television, it is changing rapidly. It is,
Wow.
if you really have the skills and the people that can join you in skills and have access to the technology, my God, you can record your vocals within a few hours. Other artists come together, they send their tracks in. Nobody's all together anymore. Everybody's in their own space, recording, creating, and then somebody sits on another side and dumps it all into a computer. I'm doing a big show next year singing, and they said, come to the rehearsal studio. I came into the studio. One person had a keyboard, one person had a Mac computer, and the only people that were live were the background singers. And I said, wow, this is so deep. So everything's changed. So I've said all of that to say
Right.
that it really only took me a few hours.
Wow.
I'm going to say at the most, maybe 2 to 3 hours on lead vocals for every song. That was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
So
different.
there are several songs on this, and the ones that I got, I'm going to tell you the ones that I got. I got God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, Silent Night, Little Drummer Boy, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, O Holy Night, and how do you pronounce MUVA?
Mother.
Mother. Okay. And Mother is your grandmother?
No, Mother is my mother.
That's your
And
mother.
my mother. And my mother, she was a strong believer, a fierce believer, not just a woman of God, but a woman of faith. And
Right.
it was, I mean, her face just oozed out of every pore. And one day, as we were approaching her 90th birthday, she started talking to me about God and faith. And I just happened to have the video, and I had posted it, and we were like, you know what? Let's help make this live forever. And we put it on the album.
Wow. To me, I'm going to say this before I ask you, but this is actually one of my favorite track. As short as it is, it's actually one of my favorite track for the song that I've heard from the album. But let me ask you this: which one of all those that I called? Let me just remind you of what I have here. God rest
I
you.
already know which one I love.
Which one is your favorite?
I really love Little Drummer Boy. As
That-
a child, I always loved that song. And it was the fact that the song actually goes from church into the club. So it's like anytime you can bring spirit and belief into different places, that works for me.
Wow.
So I love that one.
And actually, it is the one that we have on repeat. We played several of them, and it is the one that is playing. I mean, for me, I love the groove that it
Thank
carries.
you.
I love the groove, and I mean, you took it to. It's like a rhythm and blues type of funk mix that's happening right there, and it's actually really beautiful. I mean, all the songs are beautiful, but I have to ask you this. No, it was just the other day that I was watching Sister Act 2,
Yes.
because it's one of my favorite movies, and I was watching it again the other day, and I remember that you were conferred with the Order of of Jamaica
Yes,
the other day, right? Let me make sure that that's what I
yes.
say. That's what you got,
And
right?
I am, how about that? I am now the Honorable
The
Cheryl
Honorable
Lee
Sherry,
Ralph.
right? The Honorable Shirley Lee Rap. And I should have, I should have made sure that when I introduced you, that is how I introduced you. So let me reintroduce you. Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
thank you.
on the phone line with me at this time is the Honorable Cheryl Lee Ralph. We're so
Yes.
sorry that we couldn't get you on video because I'm certain that a lot of persons who are on Facebook and YouTube would have loved to see you, like really see you. But, technology sometimes fail us. And I think that is what
Oh,
was happening this morning.
we'll do it another time. I'm
Definitely.
telling you, the holidays are coming. My birthday is coming.
Yeah.
All of that, we have time to do it. A quick catch up before the new year.
All right, no problem. But let me ask you a question now. While you were doing these recordings, how did it make you feel? Were there any challenges first of all?
Yes. One is the challenge was what you started when you said, "Where did I find the time?"
Okay.
One, I was very, very tired. When I say that we have to be up at 4, I know there are a lot of people that on the island that have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go to work.
Right.
But when you're waking up and it's dark and you're getting home and it's dark, it's
Wow.
it's kind of difficult when
Right.
you're doing, acting is something where you have to literally take yourself out of your own reality,
Right.
put yourself into actor's reality, while at the same time you're holding on to your own reality,
Right.
and you're doing this for hours. It can be a lot. And then besides that, you're having to do the public relations, the PR on what it takes to maintain a hit show. And it would be one thing if
Right.
Abbott Elementary was just, a US hit. But
Right.
for some reason, the show has gone global.
Right.
Once
Right.
again, technology has changed.
Yes.
A show
Yes.
that might have taken, 3 years to reach Jamaica,
Right.
people can now see it the next day while streaming
Right.
if they
Right.
have access to streaming. So everything has changed, and the workload is quite different.
Right. So
It's a lot.
so
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 I
the,
was tired.
so being tired and finding the time were two of your major challenges while recording these songs.
Yes, because once you're tired, one of the things that you happen to do is you lose the support of your voice.
Right.
And that's
Definitely.
why very often when people are tired, they go hoarse or they get a cold or they get sick.
Right.
That's your voice is one of the first things to go. So that was a challenge.
Wow. So now that you're here, do you see
Yeah.
yourself recording any more music anytime soon outside of
Uh,
outside of the Christmas songs?
well, let me tell you, B. Slade, who is the producer of the album, has seen such great response from people in reference to the album. He literally was just saying to me, Miss Ralph, you got to record another album. And I was like, oh my God. But I'm really, really fascinated that once again we have two disparate sort of audiences growing here.
Right.
One, you've got a whole lot of young people
Right.
who are like, whoa, we love this album. Then you've got a whole lot of older people who were like, oh, I can go with that kind of holiday beat. Yes.
Right.
And I'm like, this is weird. That usually does not happen. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
What your grandparents like is usually not like what teenagers are like. So it's very strange, but I'm loving it.
You see, one of the things that I recognize with this album is that it speaks to several generations, really, because the fusion of the music and with the lyric of the songs that are really older, it will take on, people will take on to it no matter what age group they fall in. And let me just point out the same Little Drummer Boy. The Little Drummer Boy starts, when it starts, you hear that beat and you can't help but just kind of move yourself, move your body, move your head, and then it draws you to it to make you want to listen to it. And I think
Oh,
that is
thank
one of the
you.
things, yeah, that is one of the things that really will resonate with especially music lovers. And what we realize is that music is one of the things that a lot of people run to when they're feeling, when they're feeling down, when they're feeling
That's
drained.
right.
Yeah, so music is one of the sources that a lot of persons use to kind of just relax and sometimes forget about the day or they're feeling. So,
Thank you.
I mean, it's great. And one of the things that I'm now fascinated with is the fact that I'm talking to the Honorable Sherry Lee Ralph that I saw on TV just the other day.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I when I was there in October for the order, it was just such a magical time for me. I was so happy. My mom was conferred with the Order of Distinction, and that day, oh my God, she was so proud and so happy.
Right,
And my children were there, as they were kids, there to see it. And my daughter said, to see me walking in my mother's footsteps, receiving the Order of Jamaica. She was just so proud.
mm,
And it was, oh my God, it was just one of the best times because that was 1 month after I received the Emmy Award. So
right.
it was, and one of those things where the whole family had to be together for it.
Wow. And one of the things that I really, really am proud of is that you have stuck to your roots. You have declared boldly and very proudly that you are Jamaican. And that for me is the most outstanding thing. Because some of the
Oh,
times when we leave here, we go away and we become successful in certain ways. Some of the times you're Jamaican, sometimes you have to find it out.
right,
You understand?
right.
But
I
you
do.
you have stood, and I am telling you, I will always support Shirley Lee Ralph's brand.
Oh my God. Thank
You
you
know?
very much for
Yes,
that. I so appreciate that.
definitely.
It's interesting that you bring that up that because you're right. In my lifetime, I've met many people in my travels, and when I mention Jamaica, oh my God, there's always the biggest smile on their face, and they want
Trust
to
me.
know about the music, the reggae. Of course, they always want to talk about Bob Marley. They
Right.
always want to talk about jerk chicken. They always want to talk about dance hall. I mean, there's just so much to talk about when you bring up Jamaica around the world. And I
Right.
think about the impact of this small island,
Right.
the
Right.
impact it has had on the world. And it is an impact that can grow. But
Yes.
right about now, it seems like, the world is struggling. And we know very often, there's that old saying that when the United States has a cold, Jamaica has pneumonia.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, right, so being here in the United States right now, the U.S. is suffering
Mm.
greatly.
Right. Right.
The mental illness problem is growing and sweeping the nation. Sadly,
Right.
the fact that food prices are rising and that the number of children and people in America
Mm-hmm.
who are not getting food
Wow.
is spreading across the country.
Yes.
The health issues that we are having, where here in California, the number of people who are dying once again from COVID, not
Wow.
even being hospitalized, but getting it and being at home and dying of it, the numbers are rising. So when
Wow.
I hear that here in the States, and wait a minute, let's not even talk about the number of young kids dying from these newfangled drugs.
Yeah.
Let's not even talk
Mm-mm.
about the number of kids and people dying from random acts of violence,
Wow.
gang violence, or single violence. Period.
Right. Right.
The rise in America of organized crime once again. Now that I'm talking about the United States. I'm talking about Jamaica.
Right, right, right.
So imagine if Jamaica suffers from a cold when the United States has pneumonia. Well, it looks like we on the island with jam sick right now.
Oh my God.
My God.
Oh wow, 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 wow.
And we need to do more. Each one of us needs to do what we can. Each one of
Hello? Oh my. Seems we have lost her. Yes, we have lost her. Yeah, we have. We have. You can hear the passion that in her voice, and she very, very, very passionate about what is happening around the world. That was Cheryl Lee Ralph. We're gonna take a break right now. Yeah, we're gonna take a break right now, and we'll be back with more